We're in Bangkok and we're joining a day trip to the railway and floating market, which is one of Bangkok's most popular activities. We are a little worried that it's kind of a tourist trap, so let's find out if that's indeed the case or if it's actually worth joining. For your information, we are not sponsored and fully paid for this day trip ourselves. If you'd like to book the same one as we did, you can click on the link in the description box below. There are many tour providers offering a day trip to the Maeklong Railway and the Damnoen Saduak Floating Market, and the prices are more or less the same. We decided to pick one that suited us best, and to join the tour we paid 800 baht per person, excluding lunch. It's also possible to be picked up from your hotel, but that cost an additional 380 baht per person, which we didn't think was worth it. The tour we picked starts at 8:30 in the morning, so we left our hotel on time and headed to Siam Station with the BTS.
Right, making our way to the meeting point. It is raining, but hopefully not too much.
Once we made it to the meeting point at Siamscape, we checked in with the guides. As a quick side note, it seems that the companies change their meeting points every now and then, and we noticed that the tour that we joined now meets at the Samyan Mall instead. After check-in, there was still some time left before the tour started, so we made a quick 7-Eleven stop and bought some 30 baht raincoats, just in case. Now, we did not know what to expect for transport. It could have been anything, but we were pleasantly surprised by this. A luxury van? Can we call it luxury? Yeah, the seats were quite large and comfortable, you can sort of recline. There's a nifty cup holder, and you can charge your phone. With everyone complete and an introduction from our friendly tour guide, we left as promised at exactly 8:30. And as we were leaving Bangkok behind us, the weather turned in our favor and the skies cleared up. Now let's go to our first activity of the tour, taking the train to the Maeklong Railway Market. We're starting at the very beginning of the railway line at Ban Laam Station, and from here we'll be traveling by train to the famous railway market in about 1 hour. This old Thai train only has third-class seating, which means that it comes with hard seats, fans on the ceiling, and open windows, which is very necessary against the heat. Time to leave the station for a nice ride along the countryside. Apparently the left side was nicer to sit at, but we very much enjoyed our views from the right-hand side of the train as well. Now, experiencing a third-class train ride on a Thai train is fun in itself, but the end of the ride is where the real fun begins, arriving at the railway market. Here we became the attraction ourselves and were greeted by all these super happy people standing at about 2 centimeters away from the train.
Oh, so many people. Look at the people though.
Hello, so many.
Really fun. I didn't expect it to be this much fun, and people laughing and smiling and just good interactions. So hopefully we can do it the other way around too, and then we can give back some joy to people on the train. Yeah.
So yes, we really liked this part of the tour a lot. Everyone was so happy and the joy was very infectious. Speaking about liking things, if you enjoy our video, make sure to like it and subscribe to our channel. As you exit the train, you step into the busy railway market immediately. Time for the obligatory photo shoot with the train, and then we're making our way down the market until the train comes by again.
We made it to the market, Laura.
Yes, we did. Now it's really busy, but finally we're able to walk a little bit. Now we're actually walking on the train track. Cannot believe we just passed this with the train.
Now, yes, the market is kind of touristy and the prices are also inflated. But it was still pretty fun to walk over the tracks and see everything on offer. Since the train was about to make its return journey, we spotted a cafe with seats and gates and decided to sit down.
Alright, so we ordered a 80 baht mango smoothie. And then we get to sit here.
Waiting for the train.
Prime spot.
There are many warnings before the train comes by, and all the vendors will quickly remove their canopies covering the market. Thankfully, the train comes at a slow speed. Even enough time for photos in front of it. Yes, but that's not for us. We're just chilling on the side here. The train comes by 4 times a day, so if you want to go by yourself, here's the schedule. And after the train spectacle, we made our way back to the meeting point. Before getting back on the bus, we were handed some cold water, and once everyone was seated, it was time for a tasting of a local fruit called rambutan.
Yeah.
Now let's move on to our final stop of this day trip, the floating market. But first, some banana advice from our guide.
Normally, if you buy 5 banana in some shop, I think 40 baht, 50 baht only. But this one they sell 150 baht. Okay? If you don't like, you just say no. Okay.
We made it to the pier and now we're gonna get on a long-tail boat and that one's gonna take us to the floating market. So we're super excited to see what that actually looks like. The train market was a surprising hit.
But before boarding the boat, you could first buy some souvenirs before going to a place to buy souvenirs, just in case you forgot to buy souvenirs at the previous place. Besides some pre-shopping action, they also had one of the many animals we were about to come across. Later, something a lot bigger came by. If you come to this specific pier by yourself, then this is the price of a boat ride according to the sign. Time for the floating market adventure, and to be honest, entering the boat is quite a challenge and we wouldn't recommend it for those who are physically limited. Once we were seated, it was pretty comfortable though. So the basic idea of this tour is that you're driven around in the boat, stop at certain stalls, buy something and move on to the next. You can buy all your Thai classic souvenirs here, or you can get something to drink or eat. Don't have cash? Not a problem at this stall. After this interesting and relaxing boat ride, we saw that they made a picture of us at the beginning of the tour and they framed it. But no time for that. We are hungry.
Right, part of the tour, we're gonna go to the food market, have some lunch. We are hungry. And then we're gonna explore the floating market itself.
We went with some delicious pat krapao moo and a green curry with chicken. After this tasty meal and a quick 5 baht toilet break in prison, it's time to explore the market some more. Although it did turn out that the market isn't very lively anymore in the afternoon. Now, if you only want to visit the floating market and don't want to do a whole tour, you can also take a taxi here and join either a rowboat or a motorboat. The prices are regulated and you shouldn't pay more than what's advertised on these posters. Keep in mind though that a taxi to get here from Bangkok costs around 1,000 baht each way.
I'm attacked. It's time for us to go, yes. We had a great floating market, sort of. I mean, it wasn't very busy to start with, and then during the time we're here, it got less and less busy. So one big tip, go in the morning before 12 when it's busier, when everything's open. So big tip from us.
So yes, we had a good time at the floating market, but it's definitely at its busiest during the morning. So if you're coming for that experience specifically, it's probably better to join an earlier morning tour that gets to the floating market when it's still hot and happening.
Alright, that's a wrap on the tour. Now 2 more hours before we get back to Bangkok.
As we're making our way back to Bangkok, we look back at a surprisingly fun day. Everything was well organized and the big highlights were the train ride through the Maeklong Railway market and watching the train cross it again. We also enjoyed the boat ride and experienced the shopping on the water, even though, yes, it is kind of tourist trappy since you're, well, literally trapped on a boat. All in all, if you're interested in seeing the railway and floating market, we still recommend joining one of these tours if you're visiting Bangkok. It's the most cost-effective option, our guide explained a lot, and most importantly, we had a fun day. Would you join a day trip like this, and which popular activity should we try out next? Let us know in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!